What's good, people? It's Danny Styler, and it's day 2 of the trial of Foolio's killers, but it's the female that's on trial at the moment after separating the 2 cases, I believe. So we're just going to get straight into it with Cuffboys here, he's going to break it down. This is going to be a long one, I reckon. So, let's just get straight into it, man. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications and like the video. Thank you for watching as well. And yeah, man, let's do this.
And this is January 21st of 2021. Girl, I don't like Foolio. LMFAOOO, ugly ass. He needs to die. And SHID, that was Will Friend. And then she shot me and my friend died. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Yeah, I'm pointing out who did it. What's she saying there? What's she talking about?
This girl is cooked fried.
Well, she's referring to somebody that had just died that we know.
In this gang war?
Yeah, we're basically just gossiping.
Oh, someone they know just died in the gang war. So she has an emotional reason to want to kill Foollio. Day 2 of the Alicia Andrews Foollio murder trial was not good for her. Alicia's close friend testifies to text messages from 2021 where Alicia admits she hates Foollio and wants him to die. These texts also expose she knew someone who died in high school from a shooting, and the victim is also a brother to one of Foollio's shooters. Some very incriminating text messages today. It shows she's well aware of the rap beefs going on, and she did not like Foollio at all, and they're talking about retaliating and shit. I don't think they really had intent because they're just 2 girls and they were both like 17. It's still a very, very bad
17 to be involved in something like this.
Different on day 2. Her hair's different. One of the first.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation.
Base 44, everyone.
One of the first witnesses of the day is a hotel guest that was staying at the hotel that probably heard the shooting.
Do you remember what floor you were on?
Second floor.
And what was your room number?
230, I believe. So I was woken up by some popping sounds. My daughter's boyfriend, Mr. Smith, he threw me down to the ground and shielded me. And I was realizing these were gunshots I was hearing. My husband got up on the other side of the bed. He was closest to the window and looked at the window and saw a bullet hole through the window and yelled at us to get down. So we were all very scared and just stayed down until the bullet stopped.
Damn, daughter's boyfriend low-key saved her life. I mean, he put effort in saving her by throwing her on the ground.
For our phones, we called 911, we called the hotel.
Call of Duty over there, man.
Like, security was really nervous about my daughter being there. Yes.
And where were you? At what bed was you and your husband in?
We were on the bed closest to the window.
This one right here?
Yes. That's
and then your daughter's boyfriend, Mr. Smith, was in the other bed at the time when all this happened?
Yeah, that's our window where the bullet came through.
And then 19B, is that a close-up of the...
That's something that I want to just break down like myself. Like, at the end of the day, this is a young lad. I know that he taunted dead people. If you saw watch yesterday's Cuffboys, this goes through he goes through the case more thoroughly. So obviously I done day 1 on Track LaRosse, who doesn't really break it down as much as what this guy does. I watched this one last night, so I thought I'm definitely looking to react through his channel this time. So big up this lad for doing this thing. Cuffboys, subscribe to the channel, and yeah. But let's not forget that, there was a young lad's life taken on his birthday. He may have done some horrific things like taunting and so on, but, no one deserves to die like, no one wishes that upon anyone. So, yeah, man, I just thought I'd get that out because, like, this is not like, road to 1K, like Foolio's passed away. Like, it's not like that. This is just a thing that's on the channel for the way it is there. So, yeah, man, let's rock with it anyway.
The bullet hole that was on your hotel room window.
Yes.
You said that there were bullet holes, is that correct?
Yes.
Where were the first bullet holes that you noticed?
We first noticed it in the passenger seat.
Doesn't look as confident today as what she did yesterday.
Holes in there through the back and the front. And then as I was climbing in, I noticed there was a hole in the back of my seat too, which is the front passenger side.
State's going to call a bunch of witnesses and people that were affected by the shooting, obviously.
How long have you been with the Tampa Police Department?
Approximately 23 years.
Were you working on June 23rd of 2024?
Yes, ma'am.
You said that you were a sergeant, is that correct?
That's correct.
What was your assignment at that time?
I run District 2, Squad 205.
And I'm going to ask you specifically about June 23rd, 2024, the early morning hours. Did you respond to the home to suites located at 1606 McKinley Drive?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
What time did you receive a call regarding that hotel home to suites?
Approximately 4:40 in the morning.
Did you get any other information when you got dispatched out there?
There was this multiple shots fired and somebody was hit.
How were you dressed on that particular time?
The same uniform I'm wearing currently.
And what type of vehicle do you drive?
At that time, I was driving
That's like a cop.
Dodge Charger.
Had you or anyone in your squad gotten any information or intelligence that a rapper by the name of Foollio would be at that club that night?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that also one of the reasons why you were set up at that particular location?
I don't understand why it's someone with such a big target on the back was
teasers, which was off of
like
Nebraska Avenue.
slacking, whatever you want to call it.
While you were set up at Truth 18, did anything happen at that location at that point?
No.
And you said you responded over to the hotel at 4:40 because in reference to shooting. Is that correct? How long did it take to get from where you were set up at Truth 18 to home to suites?
Probably roughly maybe 2 minutes. One of the females was yelling, "Hey, her boyfriend was shot. Check on him. Is he still alive?" At that time, I looked over and saw the other vehicle.
What did you see when you saw the other vehicle?
I saw the vehicle sitting there, multiple bullet holes through the front windshield, and I also saw one gentleman laying inside the vehicle.
What did you do at that point?
I ran over to the vehicle to check if there's any signs of life. At that point in time, there's no signs of life. Noticed there was a blood trail running from the vehicle into the hotel. My other officers got on the scene and proceeded into the hotel because there possibly could be an active shooter inside the hotel.
Before we go into that, when you say that you checked for signs of life, how did you do that?
I checked for pulse, breathing.
Yeah,
Was there any pulse or respiration breathing at that point?
Like shake,
So this
like
really is the first
showcasing
cop that
catches,
checked
didn't
them. Shit.
That's what the people
So
got out
to
of.
stop the rifle shells from coming out.
And part of you, when you were
of the
testifying, you
ARs.
said that vehicle, in order to get back into this hotel, did it leave the roadway at some point to make this entrance?
Yes, ma'am. It actually crossed over the curb area.
They was
sidewalk,
explaining
which
that
is
they blocked with a
Did
switch.
you have any concerns about this vehicle initially when you first came into contact with the vehicle?
I thought it was part of the scene somehow. USFPD stayed with the people that were outside in this vehicle to
to
secure this scene.
I
Officer
think switch
God
on.
Charles found the bullet casings at the home 2 suite, so he stayed at that scene. The other officers ran into the hotel to start doing basically a search to see if there was anybody in the hotel with a firearm or anybody else that needed injuries because of all the blood.
Why do you have Officer Guard Charles post at the scene where you find the shell casings?
Because that's the primary scene. Elevator where the blood continued up through the elevator.
During the course of your search, not only on the first floor, but other floors, are there occupied guests in,
She's
in
like,
that
man,
holiday
this is
Inn?
what
Can you tell the
the
jury, and you don't have to go into
graphic
each one, but are there guests that are
graphic-
trying to exit or opening the doors or having questions as you're doing this clearing of the hotel?
Yes.
All right, cross-examination on the responding officer. See what the defense does here.
You discovered a Glock. Your unit discovered a Glock on Taifa McCray.
My unit did not. No, that's what I'm aware of.
Did anyone discover a Glock on Taifa McCray?
Yes. Someone at the, I believe it was HCSO at the Advent Health. What do you include as initial investigation?
So just like going to the scene, trying to figure out what happened, trying to help people, that sort of thing.
Yes.
All right. And after that day, did you do any work on this case?
No, sir.
All right. So that was your sole involvement in the case.
That's correct. It was that night.
All right. So you don't have anything to say about whether Alicia Andrews intended to kill Charles Jones?
No, sir.
No further.
Charles Jones is Foolio. So it is. What is this stuff? Why am I getting trolled out with these? They're trying to troll me today. Trying to make me sign up, aren't they? They know that I'm doing this.
No further questions.
I mean, yeah, that's basically the lawyer going up there to cross-examine him because they kind of have to. Because if they say they don't want to, it's going to look even worse. So you're just separating this client from really being involved in this officer's investigation. So they did an interview with Fox.
It's just kind of getting out of control. We're aware of all kinds of things the council has given now to podcasts, and now you're telling me about
Paid interview.
I know about that.
Well, again, I don't know if it's accurate. I just heard through the grapevine that it was going to air today.
Council's representations to the court this morning. I would ask for a gag order on all parties as far as any interviews with the media going forward until this trial is over.
Okay. Do you object to that?
Yes.
Hey, look, do you know, the guys as well, man, yeah, like the way that this case was wrapped up yesterday, like on day one, like they're not even trialed the guys yet. They've not even stepped in the courtroom with them properly, like, or I don't know if even at all. But make the cut. They're done. They're done. Like, it's guilty. I don't even know why anyone's taking it to trial. I mean, everyone should just go guilty. These people did this thing, man. Man, I felt like just doing day one now as well, just for the sake of it, because it's that intense yesterday's information that you ought to see how cut they really are. Like, mate, there's evidence, there's videos of them going all the way to there with the license plates. They've got the guns, the same gun that they shot him with the year before was used. Like, I don't even think that's possible. Or is it? It is. It clearly is. How the hell? I mean, I'm sure that's why he heard yesterday. That's one of the same guns or one of the same, whether it was the gun at the shooting that on the actual murder, or whether it was at the house when they found the the guy who done it, whatever. But man, like the same gun and the same bullets hitting him with it, like the same year before and the year after, it's the same guy that shoots you again. Like, that's crazy work, man.
Extended interview with the news with evidence and names. I know, but they're saying from this moment forward, no more. You object to that?
We don't necessarily intend to, but this is.
Okay, so are you telling me you object to it?
Yes.
Okay.
We object to it.
So,
we haven't heard one juror say that they.
The state's over. They want a gag order so they don't do any more interviews. I doubt they would do an interview during the actual, meat and potatoes of a trial. But
the problem is, if she gives the interview, the damage is done. Right? Once it airs, the damage is done. I've never had the issue arise ever in 23 years. And then, but for the time being,
the
no
judge
one's talking to me about this case. Okay, we're in the middle of trial.
Did your duties include responding to the area of 3751 East
Man, he looks like
Fowler
a
on
gripper.
June 23rd of
You wouldn't want him
2023? And about what time was that?
I believe the time came out about 4:45.
Why is it that you
won't
arrived
be
to that
faster,
area?
would
Did you
they?
receive a call for service
You're
directly?
running away from it.
We received a call for service. I believe the original call notes were cars speeding through the parking lot and gunshots have been heard. And as we made our way to the scene, we were informed that somebody was shot.
Obtain that information yet?
We had already known of the victim, Mr. Jones. Prior to the beginning of that shift, we had received some intelligence.
I feel like I'm sat in court here. I feel like I'm back, like I'm.
That he had some past arguments with people in the neighborhood, and we were just told just to keep an eye
Yeah,
out.
like on a visual card.
police literally knew of his whereabouts because they know he's a target. That's literally why. And then he ends up dead. It's kind of crazy.
Like an inter-office kind of teletype where agencies will exchange information back and forth.
Not so much a teletype. It was just an email from our intelligence division. I'm not exactly sure how they obtained that information.
Still doing it.
But we were just told that he was staying at an Airbnb located somewhere out in the county, and that he was more than likely going to be in Tampa for his, I believe he was there for his birthday.
If you don't know, the feds are always on Instagram looking at your Instagram. So post on your Instagram. They're going to know the information. It's public. Don't self-snitch.
I ain't doing shit on Instagram. Well,
yes,
the feds are always
Okay, so
watching
you're
my
telling us about that
Instagram.
because when you
They're
got
making
there
me
and made these
paranoid.
observations, you related those two things, what the information you had in your briefing to what you observed on scene.
Right. We didn't officially identify him on scene, at least while I was there, but it was generally understood that this was Mr. Jones that was deceased in the vehicle.
Was that in part because there were also some other lay witnesses on scene at that Holiday Inn?
Correct.
Okay. Though you have a general idea from the manager about where additional people may be, is there still a process
blood.
that you have to go through to ensure that you get there safely?
Yes. Generally, you are supposed to go floor by floor, using the staircases to clear out the building floor by floor, just to make sure that there's no other additional shooters in the building.
Oh my God. I'm going to have to blur some of this, but these boys are just laying in the middle of the hallway, terrified that the shooters were going to chase them inside the hotel.
Yes, Mr. Norris.
Not even nothing to be laughed at. Usually I'd be like, yo, look at them, Bob.
Wearing all black on the right hand
You got
side.
As you made contact with Mr. Norris and Mr. Edwards, were you able to make any visual observations of injuries?
And the guys are terrified for their lives, aren't they?
His right shoulder.
You did, though, inquire of them who did this, and they just are reiterating, I don't know.
Correct. And Mr. Edwards, if I remember correctly, he had been shot 3 times in the upper arm, just below the armpit, and an additional 3 times on the right shoulder. And the staff at TGA said
2 Murphy
his right
brothers.
arm had been broken as a result.
Oh, it shredded the bone of his arm. Some about
What's the name of the
armpit
other guy?
injuries.
We'll find
Oh,
out.
it
They'll
makes me
probably
like
tell us in there
cringe.
somewhere.
Like I saw someone get in a car accident before and their armpit was like cut open. And bro, technical issues. What they mean technical issues? Let's see what the defense lawyer does.
And they had no
Technical
idea
issues,
who
people.
might have done this. All right, so they don't know Alicia Andrews.
They never mentioned anybody's name, but at least Miss Andrews. They never mentioned her.
All right, and you also don't know who Miss Andrews is.
Him drinking water and
Pretty much
coffee.
it was just my response to the hotel, and then my follow-up interview with them at TGH. That was the extent of my involvement in this.
Okay, all right, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right,
We've
we
got to
got a
get your
gun
liters
expert
in.
here.
Drink water. Oh, stop doing this to me, man.
This game,
This game is getting turned.
You're not ready for it.
right off. I'm not ready for it. No, I don't want to play it right now. I'm trying to watch this program.
Can you please repeat the question, please? Yes. When 5.56 or 300 blackout rounds pass through intermediate barriers such as automotive glass or automotive sheet metal,
Come on,
can
Cuffboys,
those barriers
man.
have
Can't be
an effect on
yawning,
the integrity
man.
of
I'm
the
waiting for the
projectile
show. What you
itself?
do?
Yes, sir.
Now,
Typically,
he's
those
been
rounds
up
are
before
jacketed
me
with
to do
multiple types of metal, so they're designed to kind of come apart, especially through mediums such as tempered glass, which you find on automotive glass.
So the jacketing is on the exterior of the projectile?
Yes, sir.
And is it not uncommon for the jacketing to separate from the core?
Yes, sir. It is. It is common.
Is the core normally made out of lead?
Typically, yes, sir.
Officer, have you previously seen these photographs?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you understand these are photographs taken during the execution of the search warrant at Jacksonville. You were not present for that, correct?
I was not.
I don't understand why he put the box ripped up in the sink with water. I mean, what is he doing? Is that his way of disposing this shit? Why not burn it or something?
Does this appear to be another brass catcher that is not attached to a firearm?
It does.
This item here, is that the base plate of a rifle magazine?
That is the base plate of a 30-round PMAG.
PMAG, and that's made by Magpul.
Yes, sir.
Down here on the bottom, these two plastic cases, do you recognize those?
Yes, they appear to be Glock gun cases.
Does this appear to be the front of a Glock pistol case?
Yes.
This writing up here, G19, GDN4, what does that designator stand for?
That stands for Glock Model 19, Generation 4, which is the fourth iteration of that firearms model.
And you Americans have got too many guns and stuff,
That
man.
refers
Like,
to the
he's
pull weight
got
of the
gun
trigger,
problems.
so which is 5.5 pounds.
This is all Sean Gaithwaite's house, by the way. I just want to clarify.
The National Firearms
One
Act
guy
dictates that
has
every
got the
civilian,
Call
unless
of
they have a proper
Duty
tax
lobby
stamp, has a rifle
inside,
16 inches or longer.
he's got
That
the
rifle doesn't
equipment
have a 16-inch barrel, so
inside
it
his-
cannot have a
inside
butt
his
stop.
house,
So a way
man.
around having a tax stamp to the ATF, if you remove the butt stop, it
Gee,
reclassifies
man,
the
these
firearm
guys have got machines.
is a butt stop.
I mean, don't get me wrong, man. They do
No,
have this stuff. I'm from
You know which
Manchester.
agency took the photographs?
Sounds like
which
Jacksonville
is
Sheriff's Office did, sir.
also called
Is today the first time
Gunchester.
you're reviewing these photographs, or have you seen them before?
You know, that was a nickname for it.
The defense lawyers, I feel like, are struggling a little bit.
Do you know if any of these firearms were used in the murder of Foollio? Charles Jones?
Like I said, so I wasn't there. I don't know the details of the firearms that were found at that location.
Do you know who these firearms belong to?
No, sir, I do not.
All right. Did someone tell you that the house that these firearms were recovered from is the house where Sean Gathright lives?
I don't know who resides there, sir.
So you wouldn't know if Sean Gathwright's mother also resides at that house.
You would be correct, sir.
And you wouldn't know if Sean Gathwright's mother is in the military or was in the military.
Speculation, facts, not evidence. Also.
Oh, go ahead.
I ask the question again.
Thank you.
You would not know whether Sean Gathwright's mother
I mean, man,
was
this
in the
is
military.
that
before,
long, yeah, and they
Correct.
put it in quick
safe-
speed.
I mean, are we going to sit here and defend Sean Gaithwait? Come on, bro. He's linked to 5 shootings with that weapon. Let's be honest here.
You
Wow,
saw a photograph of a safe, correct?
Yes, sir.
5
A
shootings,
safe
1
with some
weapon.
rifles inside of it.
Along with other things, yes, sir.
That safe was not
This guy's
broken
a
into by the
serial
Jacksonville
driller.
Sheriff's Office, correct?
I don't know what the motive
I don't
entry
think
was.
they
to
should
that
be called
safe, sir.
serial
You don't know if
killers.
they
I
use
think
a
they
key that
should
you
be
received
called
from someone?
serial
I
drillers.
already told you I don't know what
Real.
motive entry they use, sir.
Bro, it sounds like
I mean,
Sean
it-
Gaithwaite's mom gave the police everything they needed, bro. The key to the safe, the cameras footage of them leaving.
You don't know if the brass catchers that you saw in the photograph,
the
you don't
woman
know if those
that
brass
ain't gonna
catchers were
get
used
caught up
in the
in
murder
that.
of Charles Jones, correct? So showing you 54A.
This
see
murder
the safe
was
there?
so
You know whose room this is?
high
The safe is found?
profile.
No, sir.
When people go to the range, you said earlier that they use brass catchers to catch the brass that comes from
This is what I was on about before, the catchers.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Like normal, everyday people, right?
It's something that you can legally buy, yes, sir.
And when you go to the range does not want all of your brass all over the place.
Depending on the range, yes, sir.
They typically make you clean that up.
Yes, sir, they do.
You know who these firearms, who these weapons, who they were registered to?
No, sir.
Did you ever look that up?
It's against the Florida Constitution to have a gun registry, sir, so no.
Well, you can look up who purchased guns, correct?
I can, but that's not a registry.
Forget about the registry. Let me back up.
That is correct.
But there's a record.
Mad to
of who
think that
purchased
these
the
young
firearm, right?
individuals
All
are
right, so there's a
involved
registry,
in
and there's this record
this
of who purchased the firearm,
this
correct?
type
Yes,
of.
sir.
You never looked up the registry because it doesn't exist.
I didn't look it up,
It's
sir,
like
because I've never seen
madness.
those firearms in person.
Okay, and because you couldn't look up a
I
registry.
mean, I don't know whether they're hitmen or whether the
I could not
people
look
are
up the
just
registry, it
part
does
of
not
a
exist,
gang,
so no.
like,
But if
you
you're
know,
asking
they
about the
pay
bill of
for
sale,
this or
I
what,
guess in
man.
theory,
I get to that part. So
This
I'm
ain't
sure
no
I'm
murder
sorry.
for
There's no
hire.
registry,
The registry.
That's another
There's no
thing.
registry, sir.
I need to
So
pause it because
the
I'm
bill of sale,
talking too
the
much.
record of who
Right, so is this a murder for hire, right? And they're mentioning, young and Ace saying that he's the top guy kind of thing, and they're not arresting him. No, I'm not saying go and arrest him, you know what I mean? So if you're an FBI guy and you're watching this, don't do it on the back end of what I say. But nah, man, for real, how does that we figure out, like, what, this is crazy. This would be like FBG Duck's murder now. Moo and them on trial. This would be like King Von being alive and not being indicted, even though, like, it's different. This does, man. How Young and Ace is not involved in any of this. Are they going to indict him at some point, or is he going to roll with this? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? I mean, is Young and Ace going to get? Is he going to be? Will he be brought in? Yeah.
who purchased the firearm. You never looked that up for any of these weapons.
No, sir.
So you don't know who these weapons belong to, and you don't know who the firearms belong to.
That would be correct.
You don't even know if Sean Gafford ever touched these firearms before.
You would be correct.
So he's actually doing pretty good here. He's trying to just point out everything this guy doesn't know in front of the jury to make him look like he's dumb and doesn't really know what he's doing. Doesn't know about the investigation or who touched these weapons.
Do you see the wording on the firearm there?
Yes, sir, I do.
The don't tread on me. Are you familiar with what that is? Is that like, tell me first, are you familiar with it?
I am.
Okay. What does that signify?
In popular culture or in history?
Let's start with popular culture.
In popular culture, it's used by a lot of people who I guess feel like it emboldens them to put something like that on their firearm.
And then you said another definition?
Well, in history, it's a naval flag, sir.
A naval flag?
Yes, sir.
Like for someone in the military?
Well, if they were in the military in the 1800s, yes, sir.
In the 1800s.
Do you know why there was packaging inside the sink at the home?
No clue, sir.
You don't know why that packaging was in the sink?
No idea, sir.
1800s, you know.
No, sir.
You don't know if JSO put it there?
Never been to that residence.
Is the guy like being
And then you mentioned
sarcastic?
ATK and
It
6
must
Block, right?
be.
I did not mention that, sir.
Well, the state mentioned it to you, and you said you never heard about 6 Block?
He asked me if prior to my involvement with this case, had I ever heard of those organizations, and I answered the question.
Yeah, they even
Right,
said
you all
didn't you,
mentioned
that
6 Block
Young and Ace
on the
made a song.
I'm sorry, repeat the question. I don't understand what you're trying to ask me.
I'm asking you if on direct examination, the
Celebrating
state
his
asked
death.
you about 6 Block. Do you remember that question?
That's
Yes.
why I'm like, I was not being
Since
brought in,
this
like,
investigation started,
talking
you learned what
his
6 Block
name.
is.
I learned during this investigation of the organization, and that's the extent of my knowledge of them, sir.
When you called over to JSO on the day of the investigation of the murder, someone from JSO told you about 6 Block.
Yes, sir.
They told you that the victims that you came across, they were members of 6 Block, right?
Yes, sir.
That includes Foollio,
Yes, sir.
Charles Jones, right?
Yes, sir.
Gino Norris.
I don't have a roster of who 6 Block is, sir.
So you don't remember the names, correct?
No, sir.
But you were told that the victims were members of 6 Block.
Objection, hearsay.
He's opened the door. So to the extent you remember, you can answer. Go ahead, if you remember.
Get him in,
I first came across Ansarada in 2014. It was a corporate finance deal we were working on for.
At least they're doing the short ones, man. Imagine if it did one of them.
You were told that the
long
victims
ones
were members of
lasted
6
a
Block.
few minutes.
Yes, sir.
At the same time, if you think big picture, this really
I can
doesn't help
pause it.
Alicia in any way. I would love to see more evidence directly pertaining to her, but they have to lay out the whole case.
The "Don't Tread on Me" symbol that we saw on that rifle, is that commonly placed on firearms in the Second Amendment community?
Yes, sir.
In the firearms community?
Yes, sir.
Is it commonly seen in firearms manufacturing on firearms?
Yes, sir.
And you said it's a naval flag.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever heard it referred to as a Gadsden flag?
I have.
Okay. And are you aware of the fact that during the Revolutionary War and just prior, that Americans in this country utilized that flag to tell the British not to tread on them?
Yes, sir.
Overruled. Go ahead.
And is it not as a patriotic flag to a lot of people in this country?
Yes, sir.
Listen, these
Now,
are guys who
I want
are
to talk to you about,
patriots,
because I
man.
think there's some confusion here about
Yours.
firearms registries and bills of sale. Is there a
Was
firearm
this a
registry? in the
paid
state of
hit or
Florida?
a
You can buy a gun and it's not registered, correct?
Correct.
In fact,
I honestly didn't know this about certain states. I don't know a lot about gun state bullshit. Having no
Me neither,
registry
bro.
of firearms, I mean, you're just asking for fucking chaos. What is this, GTA?
you cannot register, a manufacturer, a seller, a retailer cannot register a firearm.
That's correct.
Why is
It
this coming
violates
up
state
in
law,
some
correct?
comics?
Yes, sir.
Because it's an infringement on the Second Amendment, correct?
Usually,
Is it an
quite
infringement on the
serious.
Second Amendment?
It's against the Florida Constitution for there to be a registry within the state of Florida.
And that's a section of the Florida Constitution that mirrors the Second Amendment?
Yes, sir.
But when you buy a gun in this state,
The Constitution's Constitution. My cat's tail. I have a 15-pound cat on me, by the way.
there are certain forms that have to be filled out. I believe they are ATF regulation forms.
Yes, sir.
In law enforcement, is there a database through the ATF that state agencies such as the Tampa Police Department or city agencies can utilize to find out the original sale of that firearm?
Yes, sir.
Now, once the original sale of the firearm occurs, can the person who possesses the firearm then make a private sale to another individual?
Yes, sir.
And in the state of Florida, is that required to be tracked in any way?
No, sir.
And since you were asked to speculate about the sheriff's office in Jacksonville, let me ask you a couple of questions. Do you know if the state of Florida in this trial has called anyone from the Jacksonville sheriff's office so far?
No, sir.
Do you know if we plan to?
No, sir.
Do you know if we plan to call Jacksonville Sheriff's Office detectives this Monday?
No, sir.
Are you aware of the fact that they may be traveling here to testify
No, sir.
about the search warrant and those photographs?
No, sir.
Sounds like they got some Jacksonville police or whatever detectives coming up to testify on Monday. That's what he basically just said. So is someone translating for this guy, but
She's not
apparently his
looking
wife got hit
confident.
or injured or something during this?
She's
How long
not
has my
looking
shit been
confident.
frozen? All right, they have someone translating for this guy. Apparently his wife got injured.
My wife, just as me, became very nervous, and very quickly she complained of a pain in her right leg. It was a burn.
Were you able to see the right leg of your wife at that time?
Wait, I didn't know that random people in the hotel got hit by something. Did they get hit by a projectile?
After we checked, we
Oh,
saw that
missile.
something had burned, and then we found that piece.
I'm guessing she got grazed by like a bullet fragment or piece of something. Okay, now we have apparently a longtime friend of Alicia Andrews.
You let have over
testifying.
100 rounds.
My entire life.
How old are you?
23 years old.
Do you know a person by the name of Alicia Andrews?
Yes, I do.
How long have you known Alicia Andrews?
Over a decade.
Is Alicia Andrews, is she present in the courtroom today? You said you have known her for over a decade. How would you describe the nature of your relationship?
She's one of my bestest friends.
And I know that I
friends?
previously have met with you. Is that correct?
Correct.
And I asked you some questions about whether or not your friend, Alicia Andrews, was dating somebody by the name of Isaiah Chance. Is that correct?
Correct.
And how long had Alicia Andrews been dating Isaiah Chance before June of 2024?
I want to say 2 years.
Had you yourself ever met Isaiah Chance? And has Alicia Andrews, has she talked to you about Isaiah Chance?
Yes.
Both in person and through text messaging on her phone?
Uh-oh. Are they going to get into how...
This is what I thought yesterday as well. When I saw her writing down with the pen, I thought, what is she writing down really? Like, people are talking and she's writing down like she's a solicitor. But I don't feel like, I feel like she's been told by a solicitor, you just sit there and just do doodling and make it look like you're serious about this stuff. You know, like you're putting your homework in because you're cooked. So the only thing you can do is just make it look like you're legit.